Hello, everyone. We are Girls Guts Glory. Thanks so much for tuning in. We wanted to thank Wizards of the Coast for sponsoring this season. We love you guys. And also Johannes Plenio at coolfreepix.com for some of our background images. So I'm going to hand you over. Actually, we should all introduce ourselves. I am Kim Daugherty, and I play Daisy Gamwich, and I'm a human artificer. And we're playing at level 7. Erika?
I'm Erika Fermina, and I am playing Leaf, your Goblin Druid.
Alice?
Hi, I'm Alice Greczyn, and I'm playing Velara, your Centaur Bard.
Allie?
Hi, I'm Allie Gonino, and I'm playing Alyssum Teaudreyes, an Eladrin Sorceress.
Kelen?
I am Kelen Coleman, and I'm playing Rufus Rippard. He's your rock gnome wizard.
And then we have our wonderful DM, Seeley.
It's me. Hello. All right, let's start this off. I'm going to ask anyone, to give me a good brief recap, and you will gain advantage once in this episode if you can do it.
I can try.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, let's try it, guys.
Let's try it.
The last episode. So we woke up, or not woke up, we started playing, and we were in the, oh gosh, I don't even know what the what?
The Bureau.
Yeah, the Bureau. And we were trying to figure out what to do, what next, and we were all kind of convening, and we had Levon, who used to be the Seert, and he's knocked out, something's happening, his soul's leaving his body. We are in the underworld of sorts, and we go to the office to talk to what's his name? Joven.
Don't help her.
Right. Well, we go to the office to talk to Joven, and there's an old woman there, and we didn't like her. She was kind of a D. And we walked in, she starts asking us, in Sir Joven's office, asked who planted the root. She was a high elf, and she starts telling us about this ruthless band of hags, which Neve is the leader of. And basically says that there's this one hag, and she's been cast out, and she's on her own, and they can give us a map to her, and we can either take our revenge, or we can use her to get information to find out what is going on with the whole root situation that blew up the Seert's temple, kind of blew up, roots overtook it. And we asked Deppin if we can leave Levon with him. He says yes. He comes and meets us. While we were finding information from the old lady, the high elf that wouldn't tell us her name, Alyssum was learning about astral projection and how that using mugwort can protect you. And Daisy and Leaf did checks on the mugwort to make sure it was okay. Turns out it was. And then we set off on our quest to go find this one hag, and we realized we were in a gradual slide to hell, kind of like rings of an onion. We were on one of the rings of the underworld onion, and we passed a circle of red mushrooms. We passed a circle of 17 trees. That's not important. But then we get to a cave, and we weren't supposed to go beyond a certain X marks the spot on the map. We go into the cave, and then there we find, we hear, I think my character, Rufus, kept hearing a voice messing with him. That's how it began, and we were kind of all in a line in the cave, and then we started a battle. And there was another room in the cave with 3 dogs, and I think, who is it? Velara went in first to start fighting them, and then Daisy, and then we were all fighting different things. And I think where we've left off is the hag has turned into a turtle, a tiny turtle, and we're figuring out what to do with that. And we're in the middle of battle, pretty much. Daisy is in some sort of fire situation. That's the one thing. And
I'm in a fire cylinder, I think.
Yeah, fire something with, I was just like this, at the end. And we have the turtle, and the dogs are still alive, I believe, all 3 of them.
All 3. Yeah.
And I think
So when we left off, it was the last dog's turn, and you had seen that these dogs have the ability to breathe a jet of fire. And as Daisy has figured out, it is not pleasant. So currently, the last dog has taken its turn. Daisy, you are singed. And now it's your turn. What would you like to do, Daisy?
First of all, Daisy's gonna try and move out of this fire cylinder. Is that possible?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, Daisy's gonna move out of the fire cylinder.
Okay.
And then she's going to shoot her crossbow at the dog who just singed her.
All right, roll to hit.
Okay. That's a natural 20.
Oh, that'll hit. Go ahead and do your damage.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
I know, good way to start
Starting off
it.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I rolled a 4, so then I double it. 8. Or do I double the bonus? No, I don't, right?
No, not the bonus.
So 10 points
All right.
of damage.
You do 10 points of damage with your crossbow, you said?
Yes. And then I'm going to, I
You-
have 2 attacks, so I'm going to shoot again.
Nice. Go ahead and attack as you roll out of the way of this fire burst.
17 to hit.
17 will hit, do your damage. And thankfully, you're hitting the one that looks like it took the least amount of damage. So,
And another 7 points of damage.
and another 7. Perfect.
And then
As
with
you
my
shoot another one.
bonus,
Mhm.
Daisy's going to say, Artemis, get him. And Artemis is going to go attack the dog.
Alrighty.
My mechanical hippopotamus is going to go attack the dog.
You see her tiny articulated eyebrows just go chunk. They get angry.
All right, let's look at this.
Good visual.
All right, so she's going to attack. That's a 21 to hit.
Oh, that'll hit. Do your damage, Artemis.
5 points of damage.
5 points. She gets mad and she takes a chunk out of the leg of this dog and it yowls in pain, but it is still standing. All right, we are down to Leaf. Leaf, what would you like to do? It's your turn.
How far away are all these angry dogums?
Let's see, you're still almost. When you polymorphed her, did you run into the room to do that or did you do it at a distance?
I was already in the room.
You are in the room a little bit. I drew on the map.
But yeah, I didn't run up to her. I just.
Yeah, that's what I thought. They're all about 25 feet away. Maybe a little bit less.
Okay, well, I've got some movement speed in me. So I'm going to move up to the closest one.
Okay, that would be the one at the head.
I'm going to cast Primal Savagery.
Okay.
Which, when I do that, you see Leaf kind of like hunch over and his little fingernails grow really sharp and his teeth sort of extend and sharpen. And I'm going to attack that one.
All right, you see this little feral child
No.
go on attack.
Who did the Goblin?
Ah! Okay, this is a nat 20.
All right, do your damage.
Holy crap. Okay, I
Ooh, we're rolling well today. All right, I
we
like
have
it.
been blessed.
We have been blessed.
So that will be oh wait. Hold on. Okay.
Yes.
9 and then hold on.
Is that doubled?
9 and then 6 because it's 2d10. So that's 16 and then double that. So 32.
Oh,
What exactly are you doing to this dog?
You see, you know when like little kids throw like a tantrum and they're like flailing their arms around. That's kind of what it looks like, but Leaf is just like using his claws against this little fiery dog.
The thing I'm picturing is like a goddamn work of art. You just lose it. You go ham. You're thinking about all the times that you've thrown a tantrum at home with your dad, all of the like babyest moments you've ever had, and you unleash them all at once and like up to a 10.
Mhm.
You are slashing at this dog with your nails, and they are sharp and long. You manage to cut right along the neck.
Ooh.
And when your tirade is done, the dog falls dead.
Woohoo!
You've taken out the first one.
You see Leaf just standing there, like like this, and his nails just retract a little bit. His teeth go back to normal, but he's now just like covered in blood.
It's pretty gross.
Great job, Leaf.
Thank you.
All right, there are 2 dogs left. Both looking a little scared. Alyssum, it is your turn. Top of the order. What would you like to do?
How close is the closest one to me?
You had backed up from where you were at the doorway, but I don't think you went far. So you're about, I'd say 10 feet away.
Okay.
You're like along the wall. Here's the doorway and where the dogs are.
Shall I do a spell? I think I'm going to use my spiritual weapon.
That's a bonus action, by the way.
Oh, well then I'll
You
do
can
that.
still use it, but
Oh,
in
yeah.
addition to something else. You can do that and another spell.
Okay. I will cast. Well, can I do like an action with a weapon, or would that count as
Yeah.
2 actions? Okay.
Yep, that's your action.
Okay. I would like to use my crossbow. I hoist it out, set it up, and that's gonna be +5. Please roll well. 23 to hit.
23 will hit. Roll your damage. Which one are you aiming at? Probably the closest one. There's 2 left.
Yeah,
You
the one
can
that's
see
close.
both. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Roll your damage.
Okay. And that's going to be a 3.
I mean, it's not nothing. It's better
not
than nothing.
But that 20
right.
to hit really deserved a little better.
It was pretty good. I can imagine. It's your bolt skids across its back. What would you like to do with your bonus action?
I would like to use my spiritual weapon.
Perfect. What does it look like?
It looks like a glowing, spiraling circle sort of thing, like sphere. And it's blue. It kind of is like the color of like a blue otter pop, like electric blue.
Perfect.
And it's swirling, and it kind of like waffles between like really, really hot and really, really cold, so that when it touches you, it just like sears through anything.
All right. Nice flavor text. Okay. And when you cast it, read it really quick for me. Are you able to then attack with it, or do you have to wait until your next turn to
She
attack?
can attack with it. She just has to roll for it.
All right. Would you like to attack with it?
Yes, I would like to attack with it.
Perfect. Go ahead and roll to hit.
At a 2nd level. So, 7,
Realizing I should have maybe healed myself.
15.
15 just hits.
Woo!
Do damage.
Damage will be 1d8 plus 4. I'm gonna like switch back and forth between pages. Sorry, guys.
No, you're good.
Plus 4, 1d8 plus 4. Will be a 7.
All right. You do another 7 damage.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, no, that's correct. Okay.
Okay. You deal another 7 damage to this poor hound with your spiritual weapon as you slam it right into the side of this dog. It yelps and it turns and looks at you. But first, it is Rufus's turn. Rufus, what would you like to do?
Well, you know, I wish I could have my faithful hound attack it, but someone's calling me, so I have to go right now. You know, Rufus is very popular, very popular.
He is, yeah. It's probably your agent calling.
Yes, you know, it is probably, and this is live, people. This is live. This is live, and I know that if I don't write that little agent back, that person, and I've also turned this off on my thing. It's my rock agent of taping. Okay, so hopefully that agent won't call back because I don't know why that happened.
What would you like to do on your turn, Rufus?
I would wish my dog could hit him, but he's not within 5 feet. So I'm gonna do chill. I can see them. We've moved people out of the way, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, so I have to roll. Oh, it was almost an at 20. 4 plus my spell casting, right? I mean 14. So it should be 20. And
That'll hit. Do your damage.
And then my damage is 2d8.
So you're going to be hitting the same one that Alyssum was hitting because the other one is kind of hidden by Velara and Daisy.
Please tell me I added something to that because it was 2.
It's 2.
Where would it say what I add? 2d8 damage. So I don't add anything, do I?
Did you roll 1 on both of them?
6 to hit. Oh, that's to hit.
That's to hit.
Where it says damage?
Yeah,
and
damage.
You roll 2 ones?
I rolled a 0 and a 2.
Oh wait, that's a.
Yeah, no, you're rolling a d8. A d8 will have a 1 through. No, that's your 10. You're looking for the diamond-shaped one. That's your d8.
And by the way, a 0 is a 10 when you roll that.
Yeah.
That's why I thought it was an 8. Oh my god. This is it?
Yeah, your diamond-looking one. Yep.
Yeah, roll that twice.
You can tell because the highest number on it is an 8.
7 plus 1. 8.
8 damage. All right.
Do you have any
do a further 8
additions to that? Like 2d8 plus something? No?
No. It just says 2d8. So my bonus action, I have 2 weapon fighting. So I have a crossbow. I'm going to use it. No?
Was Chill Touch an action?
Yeah.
That's a spell. You can't do a double.
Yeah. So your 2 weapon fighting, again, you have to take a feat that allows you to attack with both weapons at the same time, and that's something different.
Even if it says bonus actions I have is 2 weapon fighting?
If it's under your bonus actions, then you've probably taken the feat, which means that you would be able to attack twice, but you've used 1 full action as a spell. What you would have to do to use that is use your full action and your bonus action to attack with the weapon. Do you get what I'm saying? You don't get the bonus unless your action was used to attack with the weapon that you're using.
You don't get, so then how is that a bonus action?
It's a bonus action to your weapon attack. So it's like quick draw. You have your crossbow.
Instead of 1.
Yeah. So you have your crossbow, imagine.
Yeah.
You already have it primed from your action, so you can use your bonus action to hit again. But if you use a spell, you only have that spell. You don't have your weapon.
Well, then I'm pretty much shit out of luck because I can't do much else. So I take my magical phone and I make sure it's on silent.
Okay. It's a good action. All right. Velara, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Okay, so I'm outside of the room. What's the nearest dog? Which dog is the nearest to me?
There's one right in front of you.
Okay.
So here's the doorway. There's the dog here. There's Daisy here, who's moved back a little bit, and then you right here. So there's this dog that you're looking at right now.
I would like to cast Chromatic Orb on it, this time at 3rd level. And let me roll to hit. That'll be a dirty 20.
That'll hit. Oh, we are rolling well today.
We are blessed.
Blessed. Hashtag blessed.
That'll be 19 points of cold, icy damage.
Excellent. Let me check something really fast. 19 points. Oh, you hit it with a blast of freezing cold, and the dog shivers and quakes. It's just barely standing, but it's got one leg inched up as if it can't even stand on it anymore. It's so damaged, and it's starting to get a little frostbitten on its extremities. It's just barely. The thing looks like it's about to fall down if you just blow hard enough.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, that's a full action. Okay. Then as a bonus action, let me see here. So, oh, okay. Charge is at least 30 feet.
Yeah, you have to be at least 30 feet.
So I'll cast Healing Word as my bonus action on Daisy. And that will be, yes. There it is. Okay, I'm gonna do it at second level. So that'll be 2d4 plus 3. That's my 4. 2, 5. That'll be 8 points of healing for Daisy.
Thank you.
Yes.
Perfect. A little mid-combat help. All right.
Wasn't it?
Erika, I need you to tell me what this turtle's speed is.
The turtle speed?
Mm-hmm. The turtle that was just sitting in the middle of the room.
I know, I put it in my pocket.
Yeah, she tucked it away.
She did.
You did. Then you're
Oh,
okay.
then
Then
it
you
would've
moved
been farther
further.
away.
Yeah, you would have been moved in. No, you would have been closer
Oh.
because you would have moved into the center of the room.
Oh, yeah, because I forgot. I cast it at a distance, and then I went and I picked it up and I put it in my pocket.
Gotcha.
Put it in
Okay.
the pocket that Sebastian was not in.
Yeah. Yes. Right. Okay.
Just to specify.
All
But
right.
I'm also gonna Google turtle speed. Anyway.
Yeah. Google, tell me the speed of an average turtle.
Well,
I'm sure it would try and bite you through the tunic, but
It says 15 feet, but it's also like a super tiny turtle, as I recall.
yeah, it's a small green turtle. Yeah. Okay. Well, that is effectively her turn then. These two dogs that are standing
And they have
barely.
Bane.
I'm sorry?
They have Bane, so they have to make charisma saves.
Yes, that's right. They do. What's the DC on that?
14.
All right. Ooh, they both fail. Remind me what Bane does?
They have to roll a d4 and subtract the number from their attack roll or saving throw.
Right, okay. Well, the dog to everyone's left, the one that Alyssum just attacked that is now facing her, it is going to rear back its head and use its last ability to blow some fire at you. I need you to make a dex saving throw.
At who?
You.
Me.
Yeah.
So Dex.
This is that last dog that you attacked.
Is that a D20?
Mhm.
Okay.
Plus your dex modifier.
Your saving throw.
9.
Wait.
All right.
Wait, did you add your dex your modifier, your saving throw modifier?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to use my flash of genius to add
Is that a
5.
reaction?
Do I still have that thing that adds 10?
No, that was just a stealth. Pass
Okay.
Without Trace doesn't. Is Flash of Genius a reaction?
It says when you or another creature you can see within 30 feet of you makes an ability check or a saving throw, you can use your reaction to add +5 to the roll.
Dope, yeah.
I should have used it on my saving throw, but I forgot. So
Yeah.
But that would only bring it up to a 14.
Yeah, well, fortunately the DC is lower than that, so
Oh, okay.
this dog is so damaged that the fire kind of spits out of it just at its feet, and it growls in your general direction, but that's all it can do in this turn. This other one
Thanks. Thanks, Daisy.
you're welcome.
is going
I have a
to
genius there.
This other one is going to lunge forward and start snapping at Velara's ankles. With just a 10 to hit, that is not going to hit you. I am sure of it.
No.
All right. Oh, that's right. I forgot. One thing I forgot. These hellhounds have pack tactics. No, that's still not going to hit. All right, these poor dogs are on their last legs. Daisy, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
All right. Let's see. I am going to I'm thinking I'm going to just attack with my crossbows again. My
All
crossbow
right.
again.
Yeah,
All right.
go ahead and hit.
That's a 16 to hit.
A 16 will hit. Do your damage.
That's 8 points.
You ready and aim, hitting the same one that had encompassed you in fire, getting your revenge. You send your bolt and it goes straight between its eyes, and there's a moment where you think, how is it still standing? And it collapses. It just crumples to the ground.
Fantastic. I'm going to turn and shoot at the other one with my second attack.
Sure, it's just right beyond that. It's a little bit further away, but you're still.
And that's going to be a 16 to hit.
16 will hit. Do your damage. Wow, you guys, you're rolling super well today.
And that's 5 points of damage.
5 points. Smack it in the side with a bolt and it yells in pain. It is just barely standing. It's bleeding profusely, and you can hear when the blood hits the ground, it sizzles a bit.
Artemis, go! With my bonus,
right.
Artemis is going to attack. Not so good. 8.
8 will not hit, unfortunately. She just gets nice and cozy up in there, ready to snap if she needs to. All right, Leaf, it's your turn.
And there's one left?
There's one left.
How far away is it from me?
So since you've moved into the center of the room, it's on the very cusp of 10 feet.
10 feet, perfect. I'm gonna run at it, and busting out my primal savagery again.
All right.
And I have to roll to hit. What's math? 16.
Oh yeah, you'll hit.
7.
You'll hit.
Extra hit, which doesn't really matter. It's not a thing, but it is in my brain.
Imagine Leaf like
okay.
on top of its back.
Okay, and then that will be 14 points of poison damage. So I see it attack, and Leaf gets angry again, and his little claws come out, and his little teeth come out, and he kind of, like, runs on all fours towards this dog.
Leaf, describe your death blow.
This time, so he's running on all fours towards this sort of just, like, galloping almost, in the way a goblin can.
I love this child.
And leaps and bites into this dog's neck.
You chow down. There's just like divots in its skin from where your teeth have sunken in, and it goes down on all fours. It just collapses again. You're still there. Just a little bloodlust, clenched on tight. And it takes a second for you to realize, okay, it's gone. And you finally release your grip. Yeah, it tastes bad. Actually, it burns your mouth just a little bit. It's nasty. Yeah. All right.
It's going to be all grainy now.
Everything is going to taste a little bit spicy. It's like eating fire ants.
Yeah.
Your combat is over. Congratulations.
Oh, we did it!
Nicely
Thank you for
done.
bearing with us. It's our first times all playing these classes, and so it's new.
All learning.
Great
Alright,
All right.
well, we've only got a little bit under an hour before this turtle becomes not a turtle. So we should probably get going.
Or you think we could use the scrying glass and have them talk to us from where they are so that we don't waste time walking back, you know?
I forgot what we were doing. Are we bringing it back to them?
No, we hold on, I forgot.
Yes, we're bringing the hag back to them because perhaps she has some answers.
But I feel like but I feel like we talked about how it would take too long to go back, so we thought maybe we just use a scrying glass for the same purpose, because they could tell us how to get rid of him or rid of it or get answers out of it. We don't have to be there, you know.
Perhaps, or perhaps Velara and Leaf can continue to cast polymorph on her until we get back there.
Yeah, we can do that as well.
Because then we can just leave
I can
her
do it and
with them to deal with.
Yeah.
How long is
like,
it to
here's
go?
turtle, it's really a hag. Deal with it as you may.
Right. We can keep casting, then why not?
Yeah. I'm going to cast Healing Spirit on the doorway that we're about to leave out of. Just so, like, when we walk through, it'll give us a little bit of, everyone who's been injured a little bit of HP. So it says, you call forth a nature spirit to soothe the wounded. The intangible spirit appears in a space that is a 5-foot cube you can see within range. The spirit looks like a transparent beast or fae of your choice. It's going to be a giant frog.
Perfect.
Until the spell ends, whenever you or a creature you can see moves into the space for the first time on a turn or starts its turn in there, it can cause the spirit to restore 1d6 hit points.
So it's clear now that you've lost a lot of memories. But when you cast this spell, not knowing exactly what kind of shape it's going to take, you see this frog, and it's giant. It's a giant frog, and it looks so familiar. And you remember just briefly, Grok. You gave your name to a giant frog as a thank you. And you remember that's Sebastian's dad. And he had said, I can be your dad as well. You remember. And this is the shape that it takes. Yeah.
That's my dad.
You have a frog for a dad?
Well, he said I could call him Dad.
Oh, well, that's lovely.
Well, thank you, Sir Leaf's dad.
Yes. Before I walk through that door, though, I want to search and see if there's any sort of clues that I find.
Perfect. In fact, make a quick investigation check.
Everyone?
Anyone who would like to look, yeah.
Okay.
That is a 23.
Excellent, excellent.
Mine is 16.
Mine's a 14 if I can find my paper.
21.
All right.
Yeah, 14.
14? Okay. So you start to look around pretty quickly because you don't have a lot of time, until you have to use your polymorph spell again, and you only have so many, so you want to keep it brief. And Daisy, as you're looking around, you find in her bedroom, next to her rock slab of a bed, it's a small cramped space, but you see a rock that's sitting at the edge of this rock slab bed. And there's a ton of rocks everywhere. This is a cave, for God's sakes, but this one is different than the others. It's not just a gray or rust-colored stone. This is a shiny black stone, multifaceted and sharp like onyx. And Alyssum, you are looking around in the larger room, and where all of these grubs are still writhing and making their wriggling, wet sounds, you find a sack. You find a sack.
What's in the sack?
Nothing is in the sack right now. There's one grub that kind of wiggles out of it.
Okay. Can I check it for magic?
Do you have a detect magic spell?
No. Does anyone
You
else?
can, huh?
Does anyone else?
I mean, you can always roll Arcana.
Yeah, I'll roll an Arcana check.
Yeah, roll an Arcana check.
22.
There is something magical about this bag, and when you touch it, it's almost like a little bit of a static shock.
Oh, okay.
Is
You
there
don't know what
anything-
it is.
Is there anything with this rock that I found?
Make an
that-
Arcana check.
All right. $19.
It is also magical. It feels ethereally cold to the touch.
I'm going
That's
to
all
take
you
it
get.
and put it in my bag.
Do any of you share what you've found?
Yes,
Please
I found
do.
this. I found this shiny black rock. It's rather cold. It feels magical. I'm going to keep it in my bag.
Well,
Leaf. You have the same stone.
Oh, I have one of those.
Oh, that does look like this. I wonder what they are.
Well, if you want me to later, I can detect magic, but right now I got to concentrate on my giant frog.
That's fine. I can detect magic too, so perhaps once we're out of here.
Does
Yes.
polymorph require concentration?
Oh, does it? Hold on. Excellent question,
Keep concentrating.
because I can only concentrate on one thing at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it does. Okay, then
Yeah,
I guess.
you're a smart enough. You're definitely a smart enough warrior. You would know. Oh, I can't cast another spell because you need to concentrate on this one. So unfortunately, no healing spirit.
Ah, dang it.
You try, but you remember and you pull it back.
Never mind.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
So as me, hi. My question is that I have something called Artificer's Lore, which is I'd add twice your proficiency bonus to history checks related to magical items or alchemy objects or technological devices. So if I were to, I mean, if you were to let me roll a history check, would that tell us stuff about these objects? Because I have twice my proficiency bonus added to the history check on the magical items, the history of it.
I mean, I wasn't going to let you because nothing that's been brought up would prompt me to give you a history check.
Okay.
If you next time say something like, "Do I know anything about the history of this object?" Yes. I will
Right. That's
definitely let you do it.
asking like what if I
Yeah.
could look into these objects, but I'll wait till down the line. Good to know.
I find anything in my investigation with a 16?
Not with a 16. It looks like these are just the two items that she has. Her living area is very sparse. There's not
Okay.
even a blanket on the bed, it's just a slab.
But shall we go?
Yes, we should.
And as I recall, a bunch of crumbling rocks blocked the entrance that we came in to. I'm wondering if perhaps Leaf as a druid, I'm not sure if you can do this once we are through your wonderful papa. I'm wondering
He's
if
no
you-
longer there.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
Remember, the
couldn't-
spell was a concentration?
I forgot that I couldn't cast it while I was thinking about keeping
Well,
the Sladia turtle.
okay. Well, can you wild shape and burrow like a little digger underneath the
Leaf
rubble?
requires concentration to keep this polymorph up. So Leaf
Okay.
can't do anything else.
All right.
Is wild
Well-
shape concentration?
Well, it's a spell and it would break your concentration, I believe.
Perhaps could Artemis try to burrow through?
Question about the wild shape. I thought as a druid you could cast a concentration spell like Call Lightning and then wild
And
shape.
keep it as
instead
wild
of-
shape. I'm gonna have to look into that. I don't actually know.
Because it doesn't say it's concentration, but it would make sense that I wouldn't be able to do it, but it also doesn't say that.
Let me
So-
Google it. You can.
Okay.
You can't cast spells when you are in your wild shape, but you can cast. I guess you can maintain a concentration spell you've already cast and then wild shape.
Yeah.
Then yes.
All right, I can do that.
Let me save you the trouble. Did any of you actually see rocks falling? Just so you don't waste a spell slot.
I don't think so. Is it in the room?
We heard it. So I'm walking down the hallway,
You're walking back up the stairs.
wherever we-
Remember, you're in these two rooms. There were stairs that you were on that went from the top area, the outside world, down into this place.
I'm walking back up the stairs then.
Okay. You walk up the stairs. It looks clear.
Oh,
And can I see the exit
Yes.
where we can? Okay, then
We got tricked.
yeah, she was one with the
it
mind.
must have been an illusory sound.
She's good at that. She's tricky.
Very good.
She's a little tricky. That
Not
one.
so tricky as a turtle, though.
No, I'm gonna look at my
Oh,
pocket to
that's-
make sure she's still in there.
She is.
Rufus too, and Leaf, to make speed, would either of you or both of you like to take a ride on my back?
Yes.
Yes, please. Can we both fit on there?
Are they both two small creatures?
Yeah, you're both small creatures, and I allowed her to have two small creatures on her back.
Okay, then
No.
I kneel down and let them climb on.
All right.
Ah,
Uh-huh.
easy on my hair.
Oh, sorry, darling.
Erika, how many uses of polymorph do you have left?
I have. Let me scroll.
We might want to scrying it, y'all.
Where is polymorph?
Is anyone in need of any more healing?
I mean, you know,
I had just the one.
How long did it take us to get from the bureau?
Several hours.
this
Okay.
is what I feel like.
How many
this-
do you have?
I just have one as well. So what we can do is let's bind her.
Why don't we try calling them on the scrying glass to make sure it's absolutely imperative to come in, because if it's not,
Yeah, see if they could meet us or something.
Yes,
Or
it's
just-
not a bad idea.
via, remotely, like something like, I don't know, Zoom.
All right, I'll try. Daisy pulls out the scrying glass and opens it and says, "Hello, Dippin."
Epping.
There's a moment where you don't see anything, but then you see one eye blinking, and he goes, "Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
It's me, Daisy. Hello.
Oh. Hello, hi."
Hi. So we got the hag. We've turned her into a tiny turtle, but we can only hold her there for the next a little less than 2 hours. So we are now. How far are we from the bureau?
You don't know distance. You know about 6 hours.
We're about 6 hours. So is it possible is there some way for you to send someone to meet us, or what should we do, because she's going to turn back into a hag?
Oh, yeah. So you're about like 6 hours out. Yeah. We can. Yeah, we can do that. Okay. I'm gonna go talk to Sir Jovan and see if he can send me out there. And help. He's about to leave the office. For important business, so he won't be able to make it himself. But yeah, I can go and talk to him, and I can meet you there.
How quickly could you meet us along the path?
Well, I'm gonna have to talk to him because I don't really know.
All right, well, get back to us as soon as you know.
Okay. All right. I'll get back to you. Okay. Bye. And he
All
closes
right,
it.
goodbye. Well, let's start heading that way and see if we can figure out anything along the way.
All right. I need everybody to make a survival check for me.
Oh no.
I just want to see how quickly you're going down this path.
Mother of
13.
21.
Fine.
12.
16.
Okay. Well, with your 21, you are definitely making pretty decent time. Leaf, especially as a druid, you have been keeping an eye on the terrain. You have a pretty good sense of where you are in terms of where the town is. Your mind map is pretty solid. You make it on the cusp of 58 minutes down the path. You're going pretty well. Are you going to cast that second polymorph?
Yeah, I'll pull out the turtle and I'll hold it around like this to Velara. I think it's time.
Okay, and I cast it.
Perfect. Her little arms are flailing slowly and she's chomping at the bit, but you cast it and it works pretty well. All right.
Perhaps we should also bind her, like wrap her around with some rope. I'm not sure how much it would inhibit her if she were to turn back, but maybe.
I mean, wouldn't it be
I hear like a present.
turtle-sized binding, and then she would grow into a human-size hag? How would that work?
Well, so I guess a logistics question here. I'm imagining if I were to say take some sort of rope or twine and like bind the turtle, when it transformed and grew big, it would like be blocked by the ropes.
No.
Oh, okay.
You would either kill her immediately or the rope would break.
Okay.
Because the rope is going to stay the same size no matter what, and she's going to grow immediately. Polymorph drops like that. So you're either going to completely...
The hag, who we thought was Neve. Well, all right, I'll go first. Hello, old lady. How you doing? Nice to see an elder. Question. Can you please say why were you cast out from your gang of hags?
Why do you care?
Because I care about your well-being in your future.
Liar.
Aren't you under a truce serum?
Yes, and I think you're a liar.
Well, even if I'm lying, if I ask a question, don't you have to tell me the answer?
Make a persuasion check.
Trying to be persuasive with the truth serum. This is interesting.
So the zone of truth only forces anything that comes out of the person's mouth to be the truth. It doesn't force them to answer your questions.
Okay, perception. So
persuasion.
But if I have it's 16. If I have advantage on, it's not a saving throw, so it doesn't matter. So 16.
No. You're just trying to convince her to answer your question.
Right.
But you know that whatever she says will be the truth.
Okay.
She kind of scoffs a little bit and looks off to the distance like she's expecting something, but it's concerning. She says, I did not approve of their methods or their plan, and so I was abandoned.
What's their plan?
What's their methods?
Let me try to persuade her. What was the plan of the gang of hags?
Sorry, who's asking the question? Because I'm going to need that person to roll a persuasion check.
It sounds like Velara.
Okay. Velara, you going to be asking the question?
I have pretty high persuasion. Does anyone else have a +9 for persuasion or higher?
Go for it.
All right. Tell us why. So you've told us you were cast out because you did not agree with the plan of the other hags. What is their plan? And that'll be a 27 to persuade.
I'm going to make this roll for her, but yeah, okay. Okay. Might as well. It's already in place anyways. It doesn't matter if I tell you. I don't know the full plan. Of course they wouldn't tell me. I'm just an underling. Doesn't matter. No one cares about me. But Neve is working for someone. I don't know who. I only saw brief glimpses of the person. They're not human. I can tell you that much. There's some owl goat thing. And all of you, when she says that, you get this clear image of the last thing you saw before you plunged into ice. It's a figure standing on a platform in a white robe, and the edge of the robe disappears into fog. And they have a barn owl face, soft, downy white fur, sharp claws, horns that are tipped in gold, and cloven feet. You remember this person.
I've seen that
Yes.
Me too.
before I died.
Yeah, me too. Sounds familiar.
She's
Yeah.
everywhere.
I believe she killed my friend.
Oh, she's killed plenty of people, and she's going to continue, especially with Neve helping her, because now Neve is some all-powerful deity that can control where souls go, so you can imagine.
Oh, no.
Yes!
So Neve is the one that knocked Seat out.
So Neve is now see it.
Yes. Well,
no.
that was her plan, and I did not approve because this is some cosmic bullshit, and all I wanted to do was sell souls like I normally do. I just wanted to make some money, but no, we had to have grander plans. All of a sudden, it wasn't good enough.
So to be clear, because I believe you were not done finishing, so Neve is working for this owl goat creature to accomplish what? What is the bigger plan?
I don't know. I told you, they don't tell me much. Nobody cares about me. You haven't even asked for my name. Nobody cares about me.
I'm sorry.
What's your name?
Kill us.
Name?
Miss, my name is Alyssum.
I'm Leaf. It's my
Hey,
frog
Leaf.
Sebastian.
Rufus. Hello, darling.
I'm
What is your
Velara.
name?
Hello. My name is Ida.
Ida.
Ina.
Ina. Lovely name, darling. Lovely.
It's spelled very weird. You're never going to be able to spell it correctly. No
Would you
kidding.
Spell it for us.
Eithne.
I like that.
Sorry, my
Thank you.
internet went out. Spell the name again.
It's Eithne. Pronounced Ina.
Ina. Okay.
That's neat.
Okay.
It's Irish. Of course.
Now,
What else can you tell us? Where are all these hags? What is
Where
their
are all
hag
these
for?
hacks?
Make a persuasion check.
Velara just repeating everything we say.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just more forcefully.
I'll just repeat anything anyone says to add my persuasion to it. So that'll be 17 to persuade.
Okay. You can tell her mouth is scrunching up and she looks like she's trying so hard to keep the words in, but they just come out of her mouth unbidden. She just can't help but spit them out. She says, "They have a compound in the middle of the withering waste." And you see Deppin go, "Oh, yeah." And he's just writing note after note, and he's drawing maps and things, and he looks at one of you and he goes, I could draw maps for that. Don't worry.
what did you call it in the middle of the what?
Withering waste.
Withering
Not
waste.
from here, are you? You newbies. Of course you are.
Are there any defenses on this area, or how can we find it specifically?
What she said.
What did you roll?
Oh, that time I just rolled a 14.
I'm going to Flash of Genius again.
How many uses do you have of that before a long rest?
5, and I have 4 that I've done.
Okay.
So she add 5 to that.
So 14 plus 5 is
19.
19.
Okay. You see her again bite back her words, and she chews on something for a second before she goes, "Well, there's 17 of them there. Honestly, They have several defenses, lots of spells. I mean, I can't go ahead and list all of them. There's so many. They have lots of dogs, lots of pets, and there are other things there that I don't really know about.
What would it take to persuade you to join us and combat them?
Oh, I don't think any of you have anything that I want. Persuade me.
Do they have anything you want? Does anyone have anything you want? What do you want?
Money.
Money.
Or to be back in the coven.
Oh, you want to be back in the coven. That seems perhaps doable. What would it take for you to be back in the coven?
Why would you want to put me back in the coven? You're trying to destroy the coven.
But if we destroy it, he can become the best one.
No. Do you know what it's like to be separated from your family? When your family casts you out, I want them to accept me again.
Well, it sounds like you should create your own family, because it sounds like you're a better hag than all the others. So if you created your own hagdom and your own ring of hags, then you guys would just make logs of money, and the other hags can go by because they're just mean people.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, I'm not persuasive. It's not even worth asking. It was a 4. Yeah.
She doesn't answer.
Got it. I hate my dice.
I'm going to walk up to Daisy and just whisper in her ear. I'm very confused. Why are we trying to get to this compound?
Because Neve, the leader, has a crazy plan to help this thing that killed all of us, and is the seer, so has control of souls right now.
And the compound is where she is.
Perhaps we should actually find out more about Neve and where she is and what she does. Velara, can you find out more about Neve and where she is and what she does right now? How we can find her?
Is Neve with the hags at this compound?
Make a persuasion check.
14.
I don't know.
Thought she said they were all together and there were 17 hags there. Because there's 17 trees right here, 17 hags. Seems to be a theme, Was it the 17 red mushrooms as well that we passed?
You are currently in a ring of 17 trees.
Yeah.
We aren't in the Withering Waste right now, are we?
Oh, no, you are far from it. It's way out there. That's days' journey into the scarier parts for you. Well, you should be scared if you're smart.
So your goal is you want money and you want to be back in the coven that kicked you out, that we want to make not exist.
Yeah.
Would you settle for lots of money?
How much money do you have?
Steppen, how much money do you have?
He looks up and immediately goes,
What is the existence of all souls worth to this city, to this afterlife?
Well, he looks incredibly flustered and looks over at you guys, and Rufus, you're the closest to him, so he's gonna pull you all in and whisper, I don't think that money is gonna buy her off. I think that she wants something else. Hags really like wealth, but they also like power. They like magical items. They want to have fancy things that nobody else has.
Right. Well, maybe. I mean, I don't know if we should tell her. I'm whispering to everyone as well, so she can't hear. We have those magical items that we don't know what they do, but maybe she wants one of them. But is that tricky? We have a sack. We have 2 stones, right?
I want to keep my stone.
I have one as well, and I have this Oh, well, I have several magical items, to be honest, because I'm a.
I only have the watch, timekeeper.
I
I'm going
only have the stone.
I'm going to take my my goggles out, and I'm going to trade out my glasses and put on my goggles, which are Eyes of Charming. And I'm just going to let me see how long this lasts, if it's even worth it.
And stuff.
Yes, I have quite a few fun things. Spend one charge. Using this. Okay, Eyes of Charming. So it's. Oh, I'm in the wrong spot. That's why. It's a charm person spell, which it would only last an hour. So we seem to be getting information from her easily enough. Maybe I won't do this quite yet.
What do we want to do with her? I'm thinking we either persuade her to join us and attack the coven and have her be on our team, or we must imprison her somehow in a way that she cannot at least deter us. What do we want to do with her now that we've asked her questions?
I mean, we should keep her, obviously. The Bureau should keep her. So if we have more questions, we can get them. Deppin, is that possible for them to, keep her magically for time?
You got like a jail or something?
I mean, we do, but I don't know how to get her there. And Joven would be the one who would be able to do that, and he's gone right now.
Can you reach him on a little mirror thingy?
Before we do that, I feel like we should ask her if she knows what any of these magical items are.
Oh yes, and she has to answer truthfully.
Yes, we should use her in every way possible, almost.
Yes.
Until
I forgot, that's why I was going to charm her, so she would tell us. But let's just try and persuade her first.
And then also, Velara, we might want to ask if she can give, if there's any, we don't know how to defend ourselves from 17 spells, right? But witches and hags and all the things that they have. But maybe she could tell us something that would be good to bring with us, or something that could keep us stronger against enemies, or some sort of defense system.
Okay, we'll do that question first, and then I will ask her what the magical items will do. I turn back and I face Ina. Ina, what weapon or spells or combination thereof, what would be the most effective way to destroy the coven and take down Neve from what you know?
Roll a persuasion check.
That will be a 28.
Oh yeah, I'm not even gonna roll. She just laughs and she says, "You do realize you are now trying to take on 17 powerful hags and
we realize
a god."
A god?
You're trying to take on Seert.
Oh goodness, oh yes, that's right.
That's what Neve is now. Neve is Seert.
We do realize.
You will probably need one of the previous Seerts to help you, or some great warrior, because she looks you all up and down, does a ranking thing, and says, "You're not up to the task as you are. You need to be much more powerful. Trust me."
We need to heal Levon somehow and bring him with us.
Definitely.
Unless there's another Seert back at the Bureau that could help. Or
yeah, well, we know of one, but he's in our, our hold. Do you want to ask her, someone show her the items and see if any of them appeal to her, to persuade her to help us?
I know. Does this bag have any importance for you?
Answer her question.
Okay, what was your persuasion?
21.
Okay. Okay. You see just the briefest flicker of recognition, but you can't tell what emotion is behind it, and she doesn't answer.
What about this one?
What are you holding up?
My stone.
Okay.
Tell us what this does. I know you know what it is.
She said, answer.
Okay. Roll your persuasion.
That's just a 13.
Velara, make a perception check for me. Or no, make an insight check.
An insight check?
Yeah.
That's just a 7.
Ugh, Lara.
She's silent.
Timeout dice.
Can anyone else roll?
I'm going to try to charm her and see if I have any success.
Okay.
I'm going to take out my goggles and put them on. They're eyes of charming. And she has to do a wisdom saving throw, but she has an advantage because we're fighting her, right? Would this be considered fighting her?
No, this would not be considered fighting.
Okay, well, we'll see.
However,
she does.
You pull your goggles down and you attempt to charm her with sweet words, and you see that she is completely unfazed.
Oh, that's right. Oh, I can't charm her. Well, I tried, and I put my goggles away.
She looks you up and down again and goes,
I'd like to cast a little detect magic.
On what?
Good question. I want to cast it on the bag.
It says for detect magic, you can sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you.
Yeah, so we've already established that it's magic, so you won't be gaining any new information.
But I can learn its school of magic, if any.
Sure. Okay. Oh, it technically doesn't say, but I think I know. You cast this spell. So many things light up. First of all, your vision is almost blinded by lights coming off of all of your items. You see Daisy's wearing a beautiful green brooch that is lighting up like a beacon. Several other people, like Rufus, has this guitar that is lighting up. In fact, make a perception check, Leaf.
Oh, it's a nat 20.
Love that.
You see a faint ring of light around all of Daisy, around her entire body. Faint, very faint. It's not at all the same power as the other items, and you're the only one that sees it. It's blink and you miss it. You think it might be coming from the brooch, but you're not sure. You can't tell. But this bag, you focus, you squint your eyes against all the light, and you focus. And the bag, the specific spell or magic woven into the bag is necromancy.
Oh. You don't want that necromancy bag. Are you sure?
Her mouth becomes this thin line, but she doesn't say anything.
All right. Does my detect magic hit like the trees or anything?
Yeah. Make another perception check for me.
Oh, that was not as good. 11.
You can't tell if the trees are emitting a magical glow because everything else in this area is, and it's so bright.
Okay.
Well, what if we take Ina back to the bureau? It sounds like we will be needing the help of the previous Seert, the one who is wounded and recovering, and we'll be able to take long rests, and Ina will be able to go to wherever this prison is and be held captive.
Well, Dippin doesn't know how to move her. Is that correct, Dippin?
Yes, he looks up from his book and he says, well, the thing is, once this spell is over, which we have just a couple more minutes, she's free to go. I can't keep her, I'm not strong enough to keep her on my own.
Do you have like more of those like the like thing that you appeared in?
The teleportation spell?
Yes.
I have one more, but that's supposed to get me back.
Well, can you take her with you?
Though this is a spell that only allows one person. And
I have hope person.
How long does that last?
And if we turn her back into a
Oh,
frog or something.
Just a minute.
We need to rest before we can do that. It's not enough time.
Yeah. Do we have any rangers, any hunters? Any way we can put a mark on her?
Well, do you want to die then? Or do you want to live and help us?
Do you want to die or do you want to live?
And I know this about
Please to roll.
hags. Hags, once you make a deal, you can't go back on it. Isn't that correct? You're still in the zone of truth.
Yes. Yes, that is correct.
So we will either kill you, or if you would like to live, you will help us and you will be kind to us. It's
You
your
can
choice.
always try.
What's your choice then? Do you want to make a deal?
What do you have to offer me? So far, you have only spoken and talked at me, and you've trapped me and invaded my home. So far, you have not talked to me personally or kindly, and you have not offered me anything in return. So far,
I'm offering you your life.
if you
We
can
offered
take it.
you bags and stuff. And you said
You offered
no.
what you stole from me.
Can we ask you what
did
it
barge
is
into her
you
home.
like?
Sorry, I heard two voices at once.
Kelen?
What is it that you would like? We'd like to give you that.
I have already told you. You know the things that I would like, but they are all things beyond your grasp.
So you would rather die, is what I'm hearing, than help us?
You can try.
Oh yes, we would have to kill her. We would have.
So I've got a thing. And how far away are we from the bureau?
You're about 3.5 hours away.
So, I mean, I can summon an animal, and if maybe we get a big enough animal, it could
Transport us.
just like either hold her while we go back to the bureau, if or maybe.
I feel like we're out of options. We need to sleep before we can get powers back to do anything to her, and we don't know what she wants except for money.
So what we could do, perhaps, we could all back up and I could try to fireball her.
But then she will definitely not be on our side.
No, but it doesn't sound like she wants to be on our side. She wants money and she wants to be part of the coven that we want to destroy. We either let her go, knowing that she will work actively against us, because if she wants to be back in the coven, why would she not help them, even though they have rejected her? That is what she says she wants.
True. All right. Well, I guess we're going to go back into combat then.
Well, that wouldn't be smart because none of us have we don't have our slots, can't cast any spells right now.
Deppin is writing everything down like he's taking minutes in a court hearing, and he says, sorry to interrupt, but we're running out of time. The spell is going to release her soon.
Any ideas, Deppin?
No, I'm sorry. I would just release her and hope that we could find her again and she'll be kind to us, but I don't like fighting.
Kind of feel the same. I don't know if she can't or won't help us. I don't know what much use it is to kill her.
What use is it to keep her alive? I'm just curious. When she will be actively working against us.
That is true.
Or will she just go back to her life as it was?
she knows we know where the coven is. Why, if she wants to go there, why would she not try to stop us? What incentive does she have?
Ina, question. If we do not fireball you right now, will you agree to try not to work against us?
Make a persuasion check.
I am staring at her.
No, Daisy's the one that said
Okay.
this. It has to be Daisy.
That's cocked. Let me roll that again. 19.
Okay. She takes a moment. And Daisy, you notice her eyes linger for just a second on the stone in your hand, and she says, yes. You know, if you hadn't attacked me, I wasn't going to come after you. I just want to live. But you barged into my home, and you killed my pets, and you took my things. I don't have many things in this world, but you took it all. You took it all from me. I hope that you all appreciate that fact. You came into my home, you killed my pets, and you took my things. And now you're holding me captive. So yes, I will not hurt you, but I would like to leave and go back to my house and bury my pets.
All right. Well, so you've agreed not to hurt us, and we won't fireball you, and we'll let you go.
It's a deal.
A hag deal, an unbroken hag deal.
Yeah, she has to speak the truth right now, so she knows. She can't be lying to us about this deal.
And once you make a deal with a hag, no matter what, if they're in a spell or not, it stands.
All right, I say we let her go.
100.
We'll bury her poor little babies who were evil, but still dogs.
And she left them.
Well,
So,
hi, honey.
do you want us to help you find new pets?
We don't have time for that.
No.
No.
Okay. I thought I'd offer. We did kill her dogs that did try to kill us. So.
Let's be on our way.
She tried to kill us, so, tit for tat. But we appreciate you, hag. Nice
Did
doing.
she try to kill you first?
She got me ahead and talked badly about my son. That killed my heart. So, yeah, she did.
All right. You allow some minutes to pass, and the Zone of Truth spell collapses first. It's got a shorter duration. And shortly after, the circle, the light dissolves, it just fades, and now it's just a circle of black dust, black soot. And she stands there for a minute watching you, as if waiting for one of you to make a move. But I'm assuming you don't. She disappears from sight. Like that.
Shall we go back to the bureau and have a long rest?
Or, well, do we have any idea where the, where that wuthering, what's it called? Wuthering waste?
Withering waste. You know, I feel like someone said they were going to make us a map. Deppin said he could make us a map of it. Should we camp out and sleep right here before we go? Is it the same way as the bureau? Is it an opposite way, Deppin?
Oh, the Wuthering Waste? Oh no, that's far away. You're gonna want to rest.
But we don't.
Going to need Levin regardless.
Yeah. Levon, is it?
Levon.
Thank you. We all had pronunciations. Very hard in these parts of the world. You know, we should
understand.
figure out how to heal him.
Let's go back to the bureau then.
Okay, can I walk with you? I mean, I have the teleportation spell, but I'd rather just walk with you guys.
Please join us.
Okay. Cool. All right. Are you just heading straight back to the bureau?
Yeah.
Okay. It takes you another 3.5 hours, but you make it back. You see the City of Judgment silhouetted on the horizon, just gets closer and closer. You make it back into the city. It looks like people are milling about. Some are headed into bed, whatever bedtime they can scrounge up, with no sun and no time and no night. And Deppin takes you back into the bureau, and he's standing on the steps with you in front of this giant building, and the clock tower strikes a time, but there's no time on the face. And he looks at you and he says, "Are you gonna come up with me?"
We
Or are
need
you
the
gonna-
rest.
Okay, are you gonna go to your hotel then?
Well, didn't they set up a place for us to stay in the bureau?
Yeah, it's up at the medics ward. If you'd like, you can go back there. It's just a cost, but I mean,
Hotel would maybe be a little bit more enjoyable.
I'm fine with cots, so whatever y'all want to do.
But medical wing, it might be safer to be in the bureau.
I mean, the city of Judgment's pretty safe, honestly. We have some alarms set up all over. We have our own defenses, you know. We're not defenseless. We know what we're doing, kind of.
All right, then let's go to a hotel and inn, and we'll try
Okay.
to rest.
We'll meet
Call
you.
me. Okay, cool. Just call me on the scry glass when you're coming up. And he disappears into the front door elevator and shoop goes on up. You head back to the Riverside Inn and you find your room. And you all bunk down for a long, well-earned rest. And with that, we're going to take a 10-minute break so we can rest as well.
Well, we're gonna take a break. It probably won't be
A
10
break.
minutes for you guys. It'll be 10 minutes for us.
A break, a sometime break.
Okay.
And we're back. Thanks for sticking with us during that break. Rachel, take it away.
All right. When we left off before break, everyone was leaving to go to the Riverside Inn and take a long rest, much needed, much deserved. Rufus, are you still planning to head off in the middle?
I think that I'm, because I'm a dwarf and I have and a wizard, I have an arcane recovery. So if I can, I'd love to take a short rest and go to the library, stay at the library up in this bureau and learn possibly some new spell.
Perfect. All right, you take a short rest. Do you leave a note for your friends or do you tell them before anyone goes to sleep?
I told who would be up the latest, who's, I don't know.
Which one of them looks like a night owl?
You can tell me. I'm gonna read a little bit before. So
Daisy, of course. I say, Daisy, I'm gonna head out to the library. Stay here while you guys go to the hotel because I feel like I need more ability.
why don't you take Calliope?
Do you want me to
Take
take
Calliope.
Calliope?
Yes, and send her if you need us for anything.
All right, I love it. Little birdie friend, pop her on my shoulder, and I go to the library and I bid you adieu.
All right. Let's see. Do you remember what floor the library is on?
Oh, it's either 5, 7, or 10. Is it one of those?
So you get in the elevator and you're looking at all these buttons and you go, oh, which one is it? You press 5 and you head up to the hallway where Deppin's office is.
Oh.
It's not there. And then you head to 7. And 7 is that one that goes straight through the center of the room. And Joven's office is over that way. And you go, no, that's not it. You bounce around, you go to different floors, finally end up at the library. It's this massive, sprawling open space, and it's definitely much bigger in here than it is outside the building. There's obviously some magic at work, and you see several books floating by themselves, going back to shelves where they belong, going back in alphabetical order, categorizing themselves. And you walk through the room. It's almost the size of a cathedral. It's a tall ceiling. There are layers upon layers of staircases, spiral staircases all over to get to different levels of the room. There's at least 3 levels. And on the far side, you see a young halfling woman. She's sitting behind a desk. It's like a little wraparound desk. And she is currently writing down some things in a book. And she looks at this stack of books next to her. She's like cataloging them, put one down, writes it down, looks at another, writes it down, puts it down in this pile. What would you like to do?
I'm going to talk to her. Excuse me, love. My name is Rufus. I'm currently with a gang of adventurers, and I'm looking for maybe a book for wizards, spell book. Would you have?
She looks up at you. She's got these huge baby blue eyes, this blonde hair that's cut in a little bob, light spattering of freckles. She's very cute, little upturned nose. And she smiles and she says, "Oh, yes, of course. If you're looking for wizard spells, that's going to be on the second floor on your right. Category W in the spells section. That's going to be," and she points off in a corner. She says, "It's going to be up there. I believe that's about 3 or 4 bookcases full."
Oh, all right. Well, I better get to it. If is there one you recommend? Could you send a spark to it or something? Or just feel my way around.
Yeah, unless you're looking for a specific spell.
Not sure yet. We'll see. I think I better just mosey on about and check it all out for myself.
Okay, sure. You head over. There's one of those sliding staircases, and you climb up it. You get up to that second floor, climb over the edge, and there are 3 massive bookcases for you to peruse. You can spend as long as you like here.
Okay.
It's going to take a while. Would you like to spend the full 8 hours of a long rest there? You have done a short rest, just about 4 hours. It's half. So your friends are halfway through their long rest. You have like 4 or 5 hours that you can spend just reading.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. So you spend the next 4 or 5 hours just going through book after book after book, and they each have an index in front of them. It looks like there's several different tomes, compendiums that go through. Here are all of the basic wizard spells. Then here are all of these spells created by this particular wizard, and here are all of the spells that were discovered in ancient ruins and all sorts of things. Books of all shapes and sizes and colors and materials. Some of them are just straight up leaflets that are bound together, but you find anything you desire. So, before our next game, you can choose to swap out some spells as a one-time thing.
Woo!
Time here.
Maybe I will more than just 4th level spells I can't use. That would be great.
Mm-hmm.
It's a learning experience when you're starting a type of character.
It's true.
All
and
right.
Wizards are a lot to learn about. So, for everyone else that is still at the Riverside Inn, you get a nice long rest. You wake up feeling relaxed. The 3, that's Alyssum and Velara and Daisy that had been exhausted, you lose that level of exhaustion, feeling a lot better. And you wake up from your rest.
Oh wait, long rest. Take long rest. Confirm.
Yeah, make sure you take that on your spell sheet too.
Anyone
Where-
want a good berry?
Oh, I feel so much better. I'll take a good berry. Why not?
All right. Cast good
At
berry.
this point, it's just like a nice mint.
Start passing them out to people who want them. Let me know if you want them, and I'll make sure that I have enough left.
I'll take one.
You know what? Go ahead and save it for later. I'll save it for. Where is Rufus?
Oh, he went to the library. I almost forgot. He has Calliope with him. I told him to send Calliope if he ever needs us.
Okay, so today the mission, we must heal this poor wounded Seert as soon as possible, it seems. And then go to the withering wastes and prepare.
Well, I feel like we should figure out a game plan, because just going there with
Agreed.
17 hags and a god sounds like maybe not the best idea right now.
I feel like it might behoove us to enlist maybe a few more helpers besides Levon. Maybe
Yes,
some adventurers or
perhaps an army. Can we build an army?
Some research might help.
maybe we should talk to Deppin.
Oh yes, we should research hags if we can in the library.
let's go find Rufus and maybe find a bit more information there
Sure.
in the library.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
All right. You all leave the Riverside Inn, head outside to that gray, gloomy area, all your colors dulled and muted a little bit. You head back to the bureau, go through the double doors at the front into an elevator, go straight on up, and I'm assuming you guys remember where the library is. You end up in the library, the doors open, ding, and you're faced with this massive room. It's very soothing. Even though it's dark in here, lots of dark wood, it's very nice. It's like a calm atmosphere. And you see straight ahead, there's a little wraparound desk with a little halfling woman, blonde hair and a bob. She is poring over a book, going through a massive stack. And you see behind that, there's another stack, and behind that, there's another stack of books, cataloging them.
Excuse me. Hello.
Yes.
Two things. One, our friend is here. He's a rock star.
Oh, yes, up there. He's the only one here.
Oh, wonderful. And second, do you have any books on hags?
Oh, yes, many. That would be the bestiary section in Fae. That's going to be the third floor. Fourth bookcase on your right.
Wonderful, thank you.
Of course.
Shall we go find Rufus and then I'll read about hags?
Yes.
Yeah, that sounds good.
You can see Rufus on the second level of this 3-tiered library. And it's all like open in the center, so you can look up and see these different levels. There's just a walkway around it, but there are desks all along the walkway. And you see Rufus parked at one, and Rufus has a pile of books just circling him, making his way through spells.
Rufus. Hi, good morning.
Hello.
Um,
Good morning. How are you?
I think we're all doing great. How are you?
Yeah. Did you have a good sleep?
Yes, very much so.
Did you have a good sleep?
You know, I had a few hours, a short rest, and then I came and I've been learning lots of spells, which is exciting because you're always trying to improve. Always trying to improve. So, my question is: did anyone have any dreams last night, like we used to have?
Ooh, do we remember any dreams that we might have had?
No dreams.
No, no dreams.
All right.
Why?
Well, we had them before. I was just wondering if we might have them again. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have any.
What have you been reading? What kinds of spells have you been
Oh, do you hear the vacuum cleaner? Does anyone hear that vacuum cleaner? They're cleaning up because it's so early in the morning. Good, you don't hear it. I've been reading about spells. Have I been reading about spells the whole time, or did I perchance wander up to the hag section?
No, if you're here, then you've been spending your whole time with the spells.
Yeah, I've really been, you know, up to my little gnome ears in spell casting. So very exciting stuff. Now, why are you here?
Well, we came to find you. And also
Hello.
to research hags. Hi, good morning.
Morning.
Calliope, come here, baby.
Oh. she was a great help. She always tweeted when I was on the right page of something very interesting. She would tweet to me.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't realize it for the first 5 tweets, and finally I thought she just had to go to the bathroom. I kept telling her to fly off to go to the bathroom, and then finally I was like, oh no, she's just smart.
Yeah, and she's mechanical. She doesn't have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, well, I didn't know that, you know. I see a bird, I'm like, maybe it, you know, has a tin recycling system, if you know what I mean.
Have you found a spell that you would like to do, or shall we leave you here and go research hags, or do you feel good to go?
I feel like I have taken in the information that I need, and I'm going to now peruse it and be thinking on it, but I feel like I can come with you because the research is in my book.
Yeah, you've spent about 5 hours researching.
Yeah.
So you close your books and you get up from the desk and you put the chair back and the books float up and they gently glide back into place where there's an opening in the bookcase.
Love that. Love that.
Self-cleaning library.
Just magic, you know?
So Rufus, we're planning to do a little bit of research around hags and I guess try to get some sort of strategy going for when we go into the Withering Wastes. And we're planning to maybe also collect a small army of creatures from around here.
From the land, the land of judgment.
The plains of penitence.
Wherever plains, well, the plains of penitence, but like the judgment.
You're in the city of judgment.
City of judgment, in the city of judgment. You know, that's a good idea. I wonder if some of us should research and then the others should go to check on Levon.
I can go
Levon.
check on one.
And
like
find
the Elton song.
Got you. I'm wondering if little lady down there with the pink, pigtails and the spots on her face.
You really need to get better about asking people's names. Go on.
Yeah. Well, old man, I can't remember my life right now because, it's benedicts. How can I remember someone's name?
Right,
But,
yeah.
We should ask her if maybe she knows a book about helping ex-seers wake up or, get control of the souls again, something like that.
It's definitely worth asking if she knows what kind of a book might give us that information, but sure. Yeah. I'm going to walk down the steps back down to where, what is she, a gnome?
She's a halfling.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to walk up to her. Hello, good morning, miss.
Hello.
Hello, my name is Alyssum. We were wondering if you have any knowledge of, or if you might know of a book that could provide us with some insight around seers. So say there was a seert who mysteriously became evil or overtaken by an evil spirit. Are there any books one could look into to see how to reverse something like that?
Oh, yes. Well, we used to have one. I'm not sure if it's still there. It's off in a side section. If you go up to the 3rd floor behind us, there's a door in the back left corner. That will take you to our back room. I assume you're trying to help Levon?
Yes.
Yes, we're all trying our best. I believe we did have a tome of Seert lore there, and it had a list of all of the previous Seerts over the centuries. If it's still there, I'm not sure. Someone did check it out a long time ago, but I think they brought it back.
And maybe I'm a healer myself, maybe if there are any medicine books or healing books specifically that might help me in getting him well.
Oh, well,
I'm sure you're
particular
everything you can, but
there's a lot of books on medicine. If you're looking for a particular spell, I can help you. That's going to be on the 2nd floor on the right side somewhere. Or if you're looking for just medicine, there's a whole section on the left side. That would be 6th bookcase down.
Oh, on the 3rd floor as well?
2nd floor.
2nd floor. Okay. I'll take a look.
Okay. Which one are you going to first?
The one on the right side. The
spells?
Yeah, spells.
Okay. You spend some time looking through spells, healing spells, and a lot of it, about a third is stuff that you already know.
Mm-hmm.
And everything else you find is more challenging. It's a little beyond your grasp right now. But you can take some notes. It's essentially every single spell is here. It's represented in this library. This library contains knowledge of almost anything that you could ever want to find. You don't find anything because you don't necessarily know what is wrong with Levon, you don't find anything in particular that strikes you as bringing a god's soul back to his physical body.
Right.
It's a little hard to find. While you are doing that, what are the rest of you doing?
I'm going to research hacks.
Hags. All right. You find the hags pretty quickly. There's a rather large section because they seem to have collected a copy of every single book ever written about hags, and somehow they all seem to manage to fit into this one shelf. And it almost feels like an optical illusion because the shelf is just a regular sized shelf, but these books are multitudinous. There's so many. And when you reach down and grab it, it's almost like it grows in size until it's the size of a normal book when you hold it out. It's like a shrinking room.
Peculiar.
So you find what you're looking for. And in fact, you don't need to roll any kind of roll here because this library is just that good. You find quite a bit of information.
What sticks out to me?
That there are a lot of different kinds of hags. Particularly night hags, green hags, sea hags. They all have different abilities. They are all pretty much fey. There's
which we've encountered so far.
Make an investigation check.
12. Flash of genius, should I? Why not?
Why not?
Yeah, this sounds crucial.
17.
You know that Neve is a green hag, but when you are looking at the night hags, you see certain similarities and things that a night hag knows and abilities a night hag has that green hags don't have, but that Neve had. So she seems to be somehow a combination of the two, like a lesser version of a night hag, as if she had been learning.
She's a multi-class hag.
Yeah, she's a, aren't we all? She's a multi-class hag. Yeah.
What about Ina? Green?
Ina is the same thing. When you're reading, there are certain things about Neve particularly that you haven't found in the book, which with your investigation score tells you that there's another puzzle piece to Neve that you're missing. She's hag, but there's something extra. There's something else. Neve was for sure. I'm sorry, what was that?
Nothing. She's an extra hag.
She's an extra hag for sure, let me tell you. So she's something else. You can't quite figure out what specifically. But Neve is along the same path. She is she's a green hag, but there's
Ina?
like one or two Ina, yeah. There's like one or two peculiarities about her that also seem as if she's learning specific things. What you take away from it mostly is that green hags essentially can go invisible. They have an ability called invisible passage. But the night hag, when you're reading about this particular entry, there's something that catches your eye. Night hags are known to have 2 items on their person, every single night hag. One is called a heartstone. There's not a lot known about this. It is a black gem. And every night hag has one. There is also a soul bag. The soul bag is made in 7 days from the flesh of a human sacrifice.
Ooh.
Yeah, pretty gross. It carries 1 evil soul in it, and the further you read about hags, the more disturbing it gets. They make most of their income in Avernus by selling evil souls. They harvest these evil souls by transforming them into larvae. Yeah.
Transforming them into larvae.
Transforming them into larvae.
So all those larvae that we saw were souls.
Evil aligned souls.
So hags are kind of good guys if they're harvesting evil souls.
They are kind of. They harvest these evil souls to sell them to people in Avernus who can then use them as minions. That's how they make their money. That's how their income is made.
How does one use these souls as minions?
Well, normally that would be stronger evil aligned creatures that have an ability to take the soul from the larva body. It's a process that isn't detailed too much. It's kind of forbidden knowledge.
I was thinking, can we harvest these larvae to be our army? But I guess not.
It's
They probably wouldn't help us. I don't know.
Yeah, the kind of people that know how to do this are not the kind of people that you want to be working with, essentially. Yes.
Does the book, I mean, where am I next to Daisy? Have I gone to read about hags? I feel like I have.
Sure.
You know, I'm going to say to Daisy, because she's the one that's like picking up on all this. Daisy, now I'm reading about the stones. Do you think if it's a heart stone and we have two, something just hit me. Do you think that we all might need a heart stone to get home?
I don't know.
I
don't know how to go home. Perhaps someone should research that in the library while we're here.
That's not what my heartstone does.
What's it tell me about your heartstone, Leaf? Where did it come from?
I can't quite remember.
I don't know where it came from, but I know that it's got something to do with dreams and not necessarily like, oh, I can go somewhere. You know. I think I can send a message, a dream message with it. Right? I remember that, right, Rachel? I know what.
Yeah, you know its abilities for sure because you're attuned to it.
Okay. Cause like, I can, you know, target someone on the same plane of existence as me and appear in their dreams and yeah.
So how
Leaf, are you reading the book as well, Leaf?
I could be.
Okay. What were you gonna say, Kelen?
I was gonna ask Leaf or or Daisy if we can find anything in the book about how a hag would use it, why they have
There's
them.
nothing. No. No. This is again all forbidden knowledge. This would not be shared with the outside world at all.
It just says that they have these bags and these stones.
Yeah.
Does
you know what the bags do, but
does it say anything about how, like, their defenses? Is there something that they're...
No, it doesn't tell you like resistances or anything. No.
And there's green hags, night hags, sea hags.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's more than that. And in fact, as you're looking further, Leaf, you are kind of reading over Daisy's shoulder. You see certain chapters that talk about all of these hags have like a specific way that they torment specifically children. They're often talked about as a boogeyman. And you have a memory, actually. As you're reading this, you have a flashback. You remember there was a child in your village. You only have like the vaguest memory. It's on the tip of your tongue. You're trying so hard to recall it. There was a child in your village who was having nightmares. And he was wasting away. And one night he disappeared. And you never saw him again.
Leaf's...
It's not the first time it's happened.
Leaf's gonna point to the paragraph or the sentence where it talks about that, and he's gonna be like, I think I know someone that happened to, and it happened in my village.
Do you think there was a hag in your village?
I think so, yeah. It was, well, the, the, the boy had nightmares and wasted away, and I think he just disappeared.
The more you push at this memory, you start to get small snippets of things. You get a scent that immediately triggers a memory. A swamp. You remember a swamp. You remember dirt. You remember crawling through mud. You remember rain. You remember hiding under a tree. You remember voices.
Something happened about a swamp.
And you push that memory further. You keep pushing the envelope of how far this memory will go. And it actually continues. You remember a tower. You remember a figure dead. You remember the stone. And then you remember ice. And it is so sharp. You feel it in your skull. And you get a migraine. And then the memory's gone.
Like it ends, or do I still have the...
You still have what you've remembered so far, but you can't push it any further.
I saw, I think I saw a dead hag, with like an icicle or something sticking out of her chest, and I saw the owl. I saw the owl guy, right? I remember seeing that. Or
You do from earlier. You do from earlier. You remember a cold female voice, and you remember the face. It's like, it's cloudy. You see mist, but through the mist, you see just this vague outline of the barn owl face.
I think I might have gone into a swamp to look for something, and I saw a hag, and I saw the thing, the scary face, and then the cold, and I think that's how I died.
As you say that, the migraine crescendos. It's so painful you have to clutch your head. It's almost too much.
I'm gonna sit down.
Yes, would you like to go to the hospital section?
I think I'm just gonna lay on the floor.
It becomes one of those migraines where you start to see an aura. Your vision kind of gets weird in a circle, and it's just like static. And you feel like you might puke.
I think I'm just gonna lay on the floor.
I cast a little bit of healing on poor little Leaf.
What word are you casting?
A healing word.
Okay. What do you say? What are your healing words?
I place my hand above Leaf's head, and I just whisper, Nihilo.
Your healing word, Nihilo.
Yes.
Leaf, your migraine, it's kind of that same relief you get when you like crack a knuckle. It lessens. You still have a headache, but it's no longer a migraine. The nausea just sort of washes down, and you can breathe again.
Thank you, that helped.
Good, I'm glad. Are you by any chance a swamp druid?
I don't think so. I definitely like trees and stuff. But I don't think I'm particularly... I'm not like fond of swamps.
You're a frog though, so you know. Aren't you a frog? You're a goblin. But you're a frog
Goblin.
family?
Right, well, my brother's a frog, I think. Sebastian?
Swamps.
Sebastian's still there. He looks up at you.
Sebastian, do you like swamps?
Yeah, he likes swamps.
Are
He
you
just
from a
stares.
swamp?
His big eyes slowly blink one at a time.
Also, Leaf, you might have indirectly told us something while you were having your hallucination or moment of memory. Did you say that you saw a hag with an icicle through it, dead? Did we just find out that some hags are susceptible to ice?
I mean, I don't know if that's what it was.
I
Or if
definitely
it was
note
like...
that.
What?
I definitely made note of that, Rufus. I also noticed perhaps cold damage will work on him.
Well, I don't know if it was just an icicle, if it was a magical icicle. But it was there.
You did, and it was through her.
Do I remember specifically the details of...
It's vague.
It was in this area. She was kind of just like... Oh wait, I think... I don't remember if the eyes were open or anything, but that's how I think she might have been dead.
Well, that's good to keep in mind, little one. Chap.
Thanks. I
Is
hope
there
it
anything
helped.
else it did. Thank you, Leaf. It's very helpful. Is there anything else that Daisy finds in these books that would be helpful?
Yeah. You find mention of a couple of other hags. There's an Annis hag,
How do you spell
which
that?
is Annis. The Annis hag is a little bit rarer. They love hunting children. And they corrupt children as well. You don't know how. There's also a Bayer hag. The Bayer hag specifically doesn't have a lot of information. It looks like it's missing a lot, this entry. They are normally found in tundras, wintry places. They've been seen very rarely because people who run into them generally don't leave the encounter.
Should we check these books out and bring them with us and perhaps go see how Levon is holding up?
Sure.
Wasn't there something else that Alyssum was looking at? She was looking at Alyssum? Call her.
I don't. Okay, here's the thing. That was meta player knowledge.
Oh, I thought we can all hear and see because we're in an open.
She was downstairs in the bottom floor.
Okay.
Unless they were shouting, you would have heard it on the second floor.
Maybe she remembers as a player. Let's find out.
Yeah, did she tell us what she was leaving for? I don't remember.
Actually, no, she had just gone down. But I was just going to say, while you guys are working, hang on.
We knew why she went down, what she was going to ask about, but then, but
yeah,
the extra, yeah.
She went off on her own research. But as you guys are checking these books out, Alyssum, there was one more place that you had to look. It was that room on the third floor in the back left corner. It's where they kept their rare books. You were looking for information on Seerts, previous Seerts. And the halfling had told you she was fairly certain there had been a book there, at least at one point. It had been checked out a long, long, long time ago, but she couldn't remember if it had been brought back. You go into this room. It's a smaller room. There's a window on the far side that has a curtain drawn over it. There's just white light coming through. And there's a couple of shelves, freestanding, not set into the walls, and they're all labeled, and you find a place for gods, and you find a place specifically for gods of death. And you're going through alphabetically, looking at S, trying to find Seert. And what you find looks to be a hand-bound book. Very rough. When you open it up, it's all handwriting, but it looks like a child's. And in fact, the book itself looks like a children's book. And it has nothing to do with gods, and it has nothing to do with Seert. It has to do with a tundra, and it has to do with hell. It's sort of like an Aesop fable, a redemption story about a kid who didn't listen to their parents, so they were taken away by hags. And the child, in their handwriting, it's very hard to read, but the handwriting describes being dragged down into the dark. And there's a drawing of a child in, it looks like a tunnel, and they're falling through, but there are faces in the tunnel all along the wall. And on the last page is a drawing of a snowy mountain, and there's a figure on the mountain. And it says underneath, there's a little arrow, and it says, "She is from the chalk tree." And then a little frowny face. And you flip that last page, and it just says, "I found my way home!" Exclamation mark, and there's a little heart at the bottom of the exclamation mark. Book has no title. It looks like a kid drew it all, wrote it all, and punched holes in it and tied it together with string.
Curious. I'm going to go back now. I didn't find anything specifically about Seert, did I?
Looks like the book is not there.
Okay. I'm going to walk back to the rest of the group.
All right. You're all meeting downstairs on the bottom floor at that desk where you are currently checking out books.
Alyssum, what did you find?
Well, I was looking through some books and came across some spells, most of which I already know. But then I found this book. It seems to be hand-bound and possibly written by a child. And well,
Where did you find it?
Up on the 3rd floor in the left corner. That's where the little halfling told me to look. But
and as you're saying this, you guys are in front of her desk. You'd gone down to check out the books. And she leans over her desk and she goes, "I'm sorry, is that one of our books?"
Oh, I don't know. I found it upstairs. Is it?
May I?
Sure.
Okay. She takes it and she looks it over, confused. There's no name, there's no title. The only writing is on the inside. And she shrugs and hands it back and she says, "This isn't one of ours. I don't know how it got here."
Alyssum, are any of those in Goblin?
Are they?
No.
No.
Alyssum, what section did you find it in? What were you looking for?
Well, I think I was looking in medicine.
This kid's book you found when you were in the forbidden room, essentially, the like rare book room?
Oh. This book I found in the rare book room.
Oh. What's there? She looks to what is her name again? The librarian?
Never asked her name.
Oh, I'm sorry. What is your name?
Oh, my name is Ruby.
Oh, Ruby. Yes. What is in the rare book section?
Oh,
I'm
several
fascinated.
things. Mostly books about gods. It lists all the gods that have lost their constituents and their popularity, and have thus lost their powers. You know, gods are only as powerful as the amount of followers they have.
Oh, is there anything about Seerts there?
Oh well, as I was telling your companion, we
we had one at one point, but it was checked out a while ago, and I thought it had been brought back, but I guess not.
Do you have any record of who checked it out?
Oh, sorry.
I think we both asked the same question.
Yeah,
Who
you did.
checked it out?
Oh, yes, of course. Let me go and check. And she pulls out this giant leather-bound tome, lands it on the desk, starts to flip through, and you can see with her finger, she starts to write something magically, and the book flips to a specific page, and she goes down the page with a list of names and dates and says, oh, yes, I remember this. It was a young woman. She's very beautiful. What was her name? I just scribbled it. I can't quite read it. Oh, my handwriting is terrible. I'm sorry. What?
Does it say Neve, perhaps?
Oh, you know what? Yes, that's it. Let me rewrite that. And she erases it and tries to write the name again. Neve, yes. She was very beautiful.
So I've heard.
Oh, have you met her?
No.
Oh, well.
Well, yes, but it was not a good meeting.
Oh, dear. Sorry. Well, and she puts the book away and she struggles to put it back down. It looks very heavy for her, and she... Did you want to check these books out?
Yes, thank you. Just one more question. Sorry,
Yes.
Ruby, you've been very helpful.
Thank you.
Did Neve check out any other books when she was here?
No, I believe that was the only one.
All right, thank you.
Do you have a library card?
You need those in the afterlife?
Yes. Well,
Oh.
I can make you one. And she pulls up this little artificer machine that it looks like someone's created, which catches your eye because it's something you've never seen before. It's just a bunch of gears, and yeah, it's fascinating to watch. She starts to whose name should it be under?
Daisy.
Daisy Gamwich.
Daisy. Okay. Oh, lovely name. Daisy Gamwich. All right. My handwriting, I'm going to try very hard to make it look nice. So she makes this card. She like cuts it out, and then she sticks it in the machine, and the machine essentially laminates it. So she hands you this card that you can put in your inventory if you like. It is a Afterlife library card. And she's drawn a border. It looks very lovely, and it has your name on it. It has a date.
Wonderful.
Roll a perception check for me.
All right. Ooh, that's going to be good. 21.
Okay. The afterlife has addled all of your brains. But when you look at the date that she's written, something seems kind of wrong, because the date that you remember dying, the last day that you remember, is 1.5 years from the date that's written on this card.
That's odd.
What?
The date on this card is 1.5 years prior to when I died.
Post death.
Oh, post. Oh, it's been 1.5 years since I died.
So you're saying that time goes by really, really fast here, and we've been dead for a really long time. We had no idea until this very moment.
I guess so.
Ruby shakes her head. She goes, no, that's just the day to day. Time moves at the same pace.
It's been 1.5 years.
Oh my goodness.
Time moves at the same pace in death. I promise you.
How many days has it been that we've been here in our feeling?
That's about 4.
Where were we for 1.5 years until we got here? Is my question.
Ruby just shrugs.
Well, obviously you wouldn't know, Ruby.
Oh, well,
Sorry
yes.
to be rude.
That's okay, I understand. It's a bit of a shock. Well, you see, in death, a lot of the people in the Bureau like to call them accessories, but your memories get lost. They get left behind when you die. Bless you.
Thank you.
So you may just be losing a bunch.
Or did you slowly die for 1.5 years?
Oh, that is an awful long time to die.
I mean, yeah.
Well, we went to the cold. Well, it felt very cold. Perhaps I went somewhere that I don't remember because I felt cold, and then we had frostbite when we arrived.
Oh dear.
So perhaps we were somewhere for a year where it was cold. Who knows?
Maybe.
Maybe we did some. Maybe the adventures happened. Remember, we're in a book of great adventurers, but we didn't like know each other. Maybe we lost some time in the cold.
Or maybe we did know each other, but we don't remember.
I don't know, this is weird. My head hurts.
All right. Well, shall we move on? Let's check these out and go check on Levon.
Yes.
Okay, let me write all of your books down. Are these the ones you're checking out? What exactly are you checking out? Kelly, you're muted.
I know. Sorry. Were you talking to me? I'm trying to figure out Rufus is having a technical error. That is magical and doesn't explain itself.
Ruby was just asking what books you're checking out.
Oh, books I'm checking out. I'm checking out this one book on wizard spells that I found to be my favorite.
All right, sure. If you need extra vellum and paper to write your spells on, we have that for sale as well.
All right. Well, I've copied most of them. You know, I could just leave it here and come back if I need it. I've copied the most of the spells down because I've been here for 5 hours.
Oh, whatever you'd like.
I'm going to leave it here.
Okay.
I'm going to check out some books on hags. And when are these due back? And what happens if we don't get them back in time?
Oh, well, nothing in particular. You have about 10 days with them, and then they will come back of their own accord.
But the book that was checked out a while ago by Neve, that hasn't come back on its own accord.
Yeah, something's wrong. It must have been stopped somehow.
Interesting.
Well, the spell on them is very powerful, so I'm sure if it was taken a very, very long distance from us, it could still be on its way.
Interesting. Thank you.
Yes.
And Daisy's going to have her check out a few books on hags.
All right. You've checked out hag books. Perfect.
I'm just going to pocket that leather-bound book in my satchel.
The kids' book?
Just discreetly. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, you don't even have to roll a sleight of hand. I don't think... You get the sense that because it's not one of her official books, she doesn't really care that much about it.
Right. Okay.
You can do what you want with it.
Cool.
All right. So you have a plentiful amount of books.
All right. Shall we make our way to Levon?
Yes.
Let's go.
All right. You head out and you head back down to the medic ward on the 3rd floor. And when the doors open, you see there's a ring of people around Levon's bed. And they're people that you know. They're medics. And it looks like they are in the middle of casting a spell that they had been working on back when you left him. This is a spell that's been in the works for a while, about 2 days now. They are all wearing crowns that look like mugwort. They are all moving their hands and their eyes are glazed over. And you can see that they are mouthing something, but there's no actual words coming out. They're in the middle of a ritual. And the way that they had explained it to you is that they are going essentially into the plane where his soul has been banished to attempt to coax it back into the body. And they're all well aware of the dangers. They're well equipped. This is something that a few of them have done before. It's not very common. This kind of thing doesn't happen all the time, but they do have some experience. So it's best to sit back and just let them do their work. And you see Deppin is off to the side, sitting in a little chair, and his tiny feet are just kicking off the side, and he's doing something in a journal. And he looks up and sees you, and he goes, and waves you over.
Deppin, how's it going?
Oh, I think it's going okay. I heard one of them say something. I didn't know what it was, but it sounded positive, I think. But honestly, I don't really know. I mean, this is all kind of beyond me.
Sure.
Perhaps we could put on crowns of mugwort also and join them?
Oh, I don't know about that. That might be too dangerous. Have you ever been in another plane? Have you ever astral projected?
I don't think it's
I'm not sure.
I mean, you could always try if you want, but it's really dangerous. And I mean, the medics all have experience doing it. They've been fighting a couple of things, I know. But you have to have, like, I think they have to have special astral weapons or something.
Yeah, I don't think it's safe for us to go.
So you just sit and wait for them to finish?
I mean, that's what I'm doing. I don't know when they're going to finish. It just depends on when they find him and where they find him and what condition they find him in, actually. No, I don't really know. It's a waiting game.
Well, is there anything we can do in the meantime to help? Or entertain you? Or
perhaps we should... Deppin, we had an idea this morning that we might need a little bit more help in defeating these witches.
Oh, yeah.
Hags. Is there anyone... Are there any adventurers or sorcerers or any powerful beings that you think might be interested in coming along?
Oh, yeah, maybe. I mean, there are plenty of adventurers here, but they get snatched up pretty fast because they end up going to, like, one of the gods' domains, because gods really like to collect heroes and be like, here, enjoy my domain. But, I mean, the Temple of Sorrows might be a good place to go, because that's where people go when they don't have a god, and they try to appeal to someone to let them into their domain.
The Temple of Sorrows?
Temple of Sorrows. Yeah, it's on the other side of the river.
Sorrows. Oh, I see.
Yeah. There's also, I mean, there's quite a few people that just live in the city because they don't want to pray to a god, and they don't mind it here, which is fine. I mean, there's also a lot of people, like a lot of big heroes that don't pray to a god. They go through a process over at the temple where they, like, just release their soul into the void of the afterlife, and then they just disappear. They just enjoy their own time on their own.
Well, I'm sure we don't want to disturb any of those souls. Really looking for excited, willing adventurers to take on this challenge.
Unless, is there a way to call in souls?
You want to kill people?
Call them in. Call in souls that have been...
Well, any soul that ends up here is going to be dead.
Not that. I'm saying if they're, apart from the body doing their own thing, as you said, can you call them into the bodies so we can appeal to the people?
Well, they won't have bodies because it's in the afterlife. But yeah, I mean, you could always try and go to the temple and appeal to those people who have let themselves go, who don't pray to a god and are in their own happy afterlife.
And what about? Do you know of any other ex-Seats step in that live about town?
No, none that are still here. The Seats, they stay in their title for like centuries and centuries and centuries and centuries. Like Levon's really old.
Yeah.
He's really old. Like
good for Deja, doesn't he? Just like anyway.
I'm going to pull Daisy close to me and just whisper, Daisy, do you think maybe it would be better if we just go out into the town and ask around?
Perhaps. We'll try that. I want to know if where Sir Joven is. Ruby, do you know Sir Joven?
My name is Deppin.
That's Deppin.
Oh, Deppin. I'm sorry. Where are we? Deppin.
We're in the medical. We're back.
Oh yes, that's right. My brain. Deppin.
Yeah.
Where is Sir Joven?
Oh, Sir Joven and Rowena went to go gather some more information. I think they went to go talk to the Arcane Brotherhood.
Did you say Sir Joven and Rowena?
Oh yeah, that was the woman that you guys talked to earlier.
Yeah, she wouldn't tell us her name though.
Oh yeah, she can be pretty stern, but honestly, she can be pretty cool. She doesn't show a lot of emotion, but she's been really nice to me. Actually, she's the one that convinced Joven to give me this position because he wasn't going to. But she said I had potential.
Where did you say they went?
Arcane Brotherhood.
Yeah, they went to go talk to the Arcane Brotherhood.
What is the Arcane Brotherhood?
Oh, I don't really know. That's all kind of beyond my pay grade. I think that's the phrase that people use. We don't get paid here, but it's beyond my pay grade.
Do you know where that is?
No. I do know that anytime Joven opens the portal, I see this really pretty town with a lot of lights, and it's really cold. There's lots of snow and lots of really pretty green trees. I think it's back in the realm of the living.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess we can't do that.
I'm going to turn around to the group and say, all right, my 2 cents is all these people or souls or what have you at the Temple of Sorrows are looking for something to believe in. They're trying to get a god to listen to them. So I think that's where we recruit.
I think you're right.
Then if we still need people, try people in town.
As you're discussing this, you feel a wave of energy pass over all of you, like a burst. And the group of people in a circle stagger backwards. And in the bed, sitting up, with his eyes open, you see Levon staring at all of you.
Woo!
And that's where we're going to end this episode. Tune in for the next episode because we're going to have a guest.
Pew, 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 pew.
A surprise! A surprise guest.
Well, everyone tune in. Okay, everyone tune in.
Yes, please.
Thanks so much. We're Girls Gets Glory. We love, sharing our Wednesdays with you and playing some D&D. Thanks to the Coast for sponsoring. Rachel's killing it. This is her first time DMing
Pretty much.
on the stream. Pretty much. I mean, she's DM'd a little bit before, but
I love it.
Killing it. So shout out to her. Let's all go around again. Remind them who we are. I'm Kim Daugherty. You can find me at. You can see it right below me, but Kim Daugherty _ on everything. Erika.
I'm Erika Fermina. You can find me here at A Style Pixie on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. And you can also find me on Tales from the Grim for Aether's Walkway, another fun tabletop game that I play 10 a.m. Pacific on Fridays. Oh, and on my own personal Twitch channel at 3 p.m. Pacific on weekdays.
Alice.
Hi, my name is Alice Greczyn. I'm Alice Food on Twitter, Alice Greczyn on Instagram, and that's how it's pronounced. It looks crazy, but it's just pronounced Greczyn.
Kelen.
I'm Allie Gonino. You can find me at go_Nino on all of the things.
I'm Kelen Coleman. You can find me at Kelen Coleman on all of the things. On Twitch, which I don't stream yet, but in case you see me in the room stalking my other Girls Gets Glory members, I'm Dranishka after the first character. So there you go. That's it.
I love that you took that title. I'm Rachel. You can find me at Sunny Seeley everywhere. I also stream on the Twitch. Yep.
When do you stream on the Twitch?
Usually Mondays when I do Mythology Monday at 4:30 p.m. PST, and I usually go live at 5 p.m. PST on Wednesdays and Fridays, but sometimes they'll change up. Just follow my Twitter and I'll announce.
You better follow them to know when they're on. So there you go. All right. Thanks, everyone. We appreciate you.
See you next week.